Now we have two more charts to build down here. If you look at the model answer, we have a bar chart. That's a horizontal chart that compares monthly sales revenue from July to December. And you can see that the highest selling month is July. It has the longest bar, and we made $72,800 in sales, around $72,800 in sales. So this revenue is shown in thousands. So let's go ahead and build this chart here, this bar chart. So I go here. So the first step in building this chart is to select the data that goes in the chart. And the data would be the months. Okay, so I select B3 to G3. And then I also need the total revenue for each month, which is B10 to G10. Now, I need to select them both at the same time, but once I select one range, I lose the other selection. So to keep both selections, there's one thing I need to do. So I've selected July to December up here. If I don't want to lose this previous selection, I must press and hold the control key, CTRL, press and hold, then select B10 to G10, all the while keeping the control key pressed down, and then now I can release them. Okay, and now you'll see that both the months and the total monthly revenues are selected. After I've done that, then I can insert. I can choose the chart type that I want, and the chart type that I want is a bar, which is horizontal. So I just select the most basic 2D bar, and when I click, you'll see that the chart has been created for me. And this chart is not the same as the Sparkline chart. Sparkline charts are contained within a cell. There's no way for them to be outside a cell. But this chart is not in any cell. In fact, it is on a layer above the worksheet. So it's like an image basically, and you can move it to where you want it to go. So I'm just gonna put it here. And there are some improvements we can make to the chart. First, down here we have so many zeros and decimal places, makes it hard to read. So we're going to format this so we only show the thousands. And to do that, I right click on the x-axis, format the axis, and here a window shows up with the axis options. Okay, the axis options is this button, and over here we have display units. I choose thousands, so it will just show me the thousands value. So you can see right away that it's much easier to read this way because it drops the thousands place, and we don't really need these two decimal places as well. So I go here to number, I click this arrow to expand the number options, and in decimal places I enter 0. So now we have formatted this x-axis, and up here for the chart title we need to type something meaningful. And I'm going to enter in thousands just to make it clear. Okay, I don't need this window anymore, so I click close. So this is my chart so far. Now there's a few more things we can do to make it more attractive. When you click on the chart up here, you'll see two other tabs show up. There's a chart design and there's a format here. If you go to chart design, you will see that there are some designs you can use to format. If you point your mouse, it will preview what it looks like. So take a look at what the options are, and I think I'll go with this one. This is style number 3. Okay, and of course you can always make your chart taller by dragging on these white circles. So this is my first chart, and it clearly shows me that July is my best-selling month. Now we have one more chart here that shows a pie chart, and it shows you the share of revenue contributed by each salesperson. And you can see that Ross is our top contributor at 24% of sales. So I go back here. So for our second chart, I need to select the names of the salesperson. So I do that. A4 to A9, and the total sales. So I have to hold the control key and I select H4 to H9. After I've selected the data, I go insert, and this time I choose the pie chart, and I'll just choose the 2D pie. Again, the chart is floating on a layer above my worksheet. I click inside the chart until my cursor turns into a crosshair, and I drag it to where I want the chart to go. Okay, I just want to make sure that they're approximately the same width and the same height. Okay, and I type the title. I can press enter if I want a new line. And I want the labels to appear next to each slice rather than down here. So I can click the plus sign, data labels. I can click this arrow, and I can go to more options. Okay, so right now it's showing the value of each slice, but I want the percentage. So I'm going to untick the value and I'm going to show the percentage. So now you can see the percentage. And I also want to show the salesperson's name on each slice. So that would be the category. So I tick category and percentage, and so it shows it now on each slice. I click X. Since I'm already showing the salesperson names on the slice, I don't need the legend down here. So I can right click and say delete the legend. Okay, and I can actually drag the label outside the slice. I think it looks better outside the slice than inside. And I can also format this with a background color. I can right click on the chart area, format the chart area. I can fill it with a color, like a gradient fill. And again, for the gradient, it gave me a blue color. I'll leave you to play with changing the color here. Like if I want it to be gray, I can change it to gray. So I'll leave it to you to experiment with different ways to format your chart area. And this is our completed exercise 1 sales analysis.